Introducing lettuce, the healthy choice of food. Freshly grown from the ground, this luscious green plant is sprayed with the most potent pesticides sprayed on crops. These pesticides can cause cancers, birth defects, and affect the nervous system. But who cares? Buy lettuce to stay healthy and pollute the fresh water supply with pesticides. Buy lettuce today.
Love ballad. You don't belong in no salad.
The use of pesticides. So, what are pesticides? Pesticides are chemicals that are used to control insects, weeds, and fungi that can damage the crops and reduce yields. These substances can be applied through various methods such as spraying, dusting, or spreading. You might be hearing this and think it's just a good product to help protect the crops and supply the world with food. But pesticides also have many negative effects since they are so toxic. Pesticides kill many other animals such as birds, they're harmful to humans, and they pollute the fresh water supply. The use of pesticides is a global issue because they are used on all crops all around the world, but primarily they are used in the US. In the US alone, $9 billion was spent on pesticides, boosting the economy and providing many companies with jobs. People also see this as a social issue because there are 13,000 to 15,000 US farmers that fall ill due to pesticide exposure every single year. The political world is affected too because there are increased debates over regulation, environmental concerns, and influence on agricultural policymaking. But most of all, pesticides affect the environment by polluting the fresh water, killing many animals, and taking away our source of clean water. Although there are many negatives, there is a reason why pesticides are used. Pesticides keep bugs and pests from destroying the world's food supply. They make it so farmers can maximize their crop yields so food can get to as many people as possible. This prevents hunger in most developed countries around the world and keeps us all healthy with food on our plates. Without pesticides, more than half of our crops would be lost to pests and diseases. Although pesticides help us in some ways, we should stop the use of them because they are very toxic. They are the primary reason for the decline in population of birds, insects, and many other species. Pesticides are also harmful to humans and can cause cancers, birth defects, and can affect your nervous system. This happens to many farmers that work around pesticides. Also, pesticides seep into our soil, contaminating the aquifers and can run off into rivers. You might be wondering, if pesticides are so harmful, then what's the world's response to it? Well, there's been increasing awareness of the health and environmental impacts of pesticides. This awareness promotes the government to implement stricter regulations and promote other alternative farming practices. These alternative farming practices could be using organic farming practices without the use of chemicals, or a development of a new way to keep pests and diseases away from crops. In the future, I believe there will be more research for safer and more sustainable agricultural practices. This will lead to no longer needing to use pesticides, and the pesticides businesses will be ending. Overall, I believe that we need pesticides right now to keep food on people's plates, but there needs to be a solution to ending the use of pesticides.